Hi, it's Tina again, um, producer of Badger Bangers Music, and I would like to talk to you today again about creating, making your avatar move. Now, to create that singing avatar, you're going to go to Suno. So you go to Suno, and as you can see, I have several songs, my catalog of songs, but what we're focused on is our cover art. So the last time I was on, we did several cover arts, but they never came through. So let's take a look at how those cover arts eventually turned out. So this was one. And that is the Nefertiti. This was another. These two are very similar. I believe I had the same prompt in. She was to turn slightly, smile, and look out of the window. And so in each of these, that is exactly what she is doing. So this is how I get my avatars to move. And then I string these videos together and put behind a song that I made on here. So let's go to library again. And these are the songs. So first you're going to make a song, which is create, as you want to have your song created. And here's where you're going to put your lyrics. And then you are going to tell it what style you like. If you look here, it says East Coast rap, Dominique, husky female voice, hook, cello solo. So it depends on how you, cello solo. So it depends on how you want your music to sound. So once you created the avatar, as I told you before, you go to ChatGPT, you put that sketch in, you tell ChatGPT to make that artist realistic. Boom, you have your avatar. You download your avatar over here into cover art, and you can create a movement for the avatar, string them together, and then you will have a moving avatar. And you put the song that you create on Suno behind that. And so therefore you have movement behind your avatars. So we're going to go back to library because that is how we get to cover art. And then we're going to go to cover art. I'm going to download an image. So upload from device, I'm clicking. So I'm going to upload the Nefertiti walking. Open. I'm going to change it to basic. And if I have the same problem, then I will know for certain that it's just too much to do at one time, me streaming and generating the videos. So now I clicked advanced because I want a more advanced cover art. And I clicked 10 seconds because I want it longer. So if I have a 2-minute song, then it would take me about 10 of these movement sessions strung together to make that time. So here I'm going to tell it what I want her to do. So I'm going to say I want her to walk slowly and wink at the camera while smiling, always smiling. So let's generate and see if it takes time. And again, while it is generating, we're going to take a look at some other cover art in here. And I remember I wondered if me moving off of the page was the problem. But anyway, to walk that through, if you have Suno, you can make your avatar move. Not only can you make your avatar move, but you can make the music. So the way that I start this entire process of making my avatars is I make my avatars on ChatGPT. Separately from that, I make my music on Suno. Suno, making my music was actually first. That was the first thing that I did. And all these poems, and I decided, hey, I want to make some music. So there were, because I like all types of music, and I mean all types of music, I had to sort of hammer in on a sound. So the first sound that I hammered in on was sort of R&B slash trap sound, which is Eloise, soulful, smooth, all about love. And so that was the first sound. So the songs that I did for her or chose for Eloise all was in that genre. Well, I'm also a big fan of pop music. I like the pop sound. I like the funness of pop music. Well, it looks like we generated, which is excellent. I like the funness of pop music. So that is where Phelan and Fonda came from. And last but not least, jazz music started coming to me. And so that is where the Nefertiti came from. I also like gospel inspirational music. So I am thinking of another avatar. But while we are here, let's do what we came for. And that was, we created a moving avatar. So that photo, let's see how we made that photo move. So here she is walking. Remember, I wanted her to wink. So let's see. They don't have her winking, but they have her giving eyes. So I get that. Yeah, so let's look at the second image. And what I'll do with these is they'll be strung together for another one of her songs. So this is her. And her next song will probably be Busy Little Bee. And I think it is. And if you notice here, you see two versions of the song. That's another thing. Suno also gives you two versions of the song. Just like it's giving me two versions of this cover art, it gives me two versions of each song. So I believe the version that I am going to use is the second one. So what the cover art actually is for is to do just that. See where I'm setting the cover art on this. So now, let's listen. Little bee, can you come see about me? The next song. I love this. Can you come be about me? Be about me. My busy little bee. So this is exactly how I'll do it. See how she's moving to the song? And so I'll string several of these together. And that is how I make the avatar move while the song plays in the background. Busy Little Bee is the song that will coming out soon. Until this life ends, you be moving so fast, I be watching you go. You out making that cash, I be missing you though. I know you got places to be, but can you just stay here with me? Slow it down just one night, baby, make it feel right, feel right. All right, so I'm going to be wrapping up. That was a live. She finally worked. Everything went well. And that was the one that I just did, showing you how to make the cover art. And as you heard in the background, the song. So what I will do is I will stream all of these cover arts together to get, I think Busy Little Bee is about 2 minutes and 30 seconds until I get enough of that. 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds strung together with movement and the song playing in the background. And that is how you can get your avatar to move while your song is playing in the background. This is Tina from Badger Bangers Music. Check out all of my pages, Badger Banger Music. I'm also on TikTok, Saber Rose Creations, because I also sell tea. I garden, and I also sell art. So, also I'm an author. So any of these endeavors that you would love to purchase or check out, and also please add me to your playlist. It's not under Badger Bangers, it's under each artist's name. So that would be Elo East, Phelan and Fonda, and now the Nefertiti. So remember, add us to your playlist, listen to our music, and I will see you next time.